Finally got this done for tonight. Hmm? Yeah, I finally finished reading for tonight. It took a lot longer than I thought, but finally. And I love the direction it's going in so far. Hmm? You wanna hear it? Slowly roll, I just finished. Hmm? Uh, that is true, it is pretty late. And it looks like someone is tired. Although I'm afraid you might sleep through it when I read it to you. Don't worry. I like it when you're falling asleep. It means you're relaxed, and it helps you sleep a lot faster. So, that's all that really matters. So, I'm guessing since you're tired, me, I'm very tired. Do you want to get ready for bed? And I'm sorry if I stutter a little bit while reading. My brain's all discombobulated and tired. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be too much. Again, you are gonna be falling asleep to it. Okay, come on. Hurry up and get to bed. Feels so good to bed. I love this bed. Well, it looks like you got comfortable pretty quick. I'm guessing you want to hear the story? Alright. Let me get my stuff ready. The Minotaur took a knife from the kitchen counter and started to slice the buckle pie into 5. He handed me the biggest slice. "Enjoy, little lady," he said. Although his voice was deep and scary, it somehow had a soft, reassuring tone to it. The lady in black and the Minotaur took their seats and started to dine in the pie with me. A few minutes flew by as there was a knock at the front door. I wonder who that could be, the lady said as she got up from her chair. I glanced at the Minotaur. He seemed worried. I wonder why, though. He stopped eating as he gripped his hands firmly. As the lady opened the door, I could hear a grown man's voice. "You know why I'm here, Maria." The voice was faint, but could clearly hear what he said. I stopped eating as I looked up at the Minotaur. "Is everything okay, mister?" He looked down at me for a solid minute, then softly head patted me. "Yes, child, just a dear friend." He then seemed to sigh in relief as he softly ungripped his hands. The lady then came back into the kitchen with a man following her. He looked like a regular human, but his skin looked as white as paper, hair a mix of black and white, and he was quite tall. Not as tall as the Minotaur, of course. His eyes glowed a brighter hue of red than the woman's. He wore a pitch black suit with white linings, a white collar shirt with a purple tie. The woman sat back down on her chair as she giggled. Sorry, dear. I forgot I invited Frank over. I looked up at the pale man. Frank? How rude of us. We never introduced ourselves. I'm Maria, and my husband, Mino. The man who just came in is my brother, Frank. Frank looked at me confused. A child. He took his seat as he seemed skeptical. Maria, you know what will happen if they find out, right? She seemed sad. She closed her eyes and placed a hand on her heart. Don't worry, she will be heading back home tomorrow at the break of dawn, for she had gotten lost in the woods when I found her. I glanced at Frank. He seemed weary of me, but I could tell he is not one who has bad intentions. He is just cautious, protective of his sister. Out of nowhere, he raised his voice at her. Maria, she is a human. You know what they have done to us. As he yelled, my hands started to shake. Tears started to appear in my eyes, and it seemed Mino saw fear growing in me. Frank, enough of this. We have a guest with us tonight. You will be respectful as long as you are under our roof. Frank began to pout as he shoved the piece of pie in his mouth. Mino sighed. I'm sorry, little lady. Do not fret. Frank is a kind man, but he sticks with the past. For now, let us enjoy this pie. If you wish, I may explain everything to you later. Once tensions had died down, the four of us enjoyed the rest of the buckle pie. Maria was the first rid of her plate. She waited by my side for me to finish as she took mine. As she did what she has done with the plates, she came back to me. Come, dear child, let's wait for the boys at the living area. I could read you a story as we wait. Would you like that? She smiled as she leaned close to me. I looked to her, saw her kind emotion. I got down from the wooden chair and nodded. Yes, ma'am. She softly took my hand as she led me down a small hall with cherry blossom art wallpaper and with red tinted wooden floorboard. After a few feet to my left was a medium-sized room with two large bookshelves, a green, huge recliner. It must be Mino's chair, for it had a few of his hairs on it, but not many. A burgundy love seat to the opposite of the recliner, and a small wooden coffee table in the middle of both. Maria went to a bookshelf and took a large, dark purple book from it. She took a seat onto the enormous recliner. She looked my way and patted her lap, inviting me to sit with her. As I walked to her, she gently picked me up and placed me on her lap, as if I were her child. She placed the book on my lap. Would you like to know the history of our kind, little one? My eyes looked up to hers. I smiled as if I could feel my curiosity grow minute by minute. All right then, let's start the story. Her hand opened the book to the first page. I laid back and rested my head on her shoulder as she began to read to me. Far, far long ago, in a time where love knew no bounds, hatred was not a thing, and family was everything, lived a small child. Her mother was a witch. Her father was a vampire. The little girl took after her mother, as her newly born brother had taken after her father. There were no worries in the world for her family. The villagers knew who they were, and they knew the villagers. As the days went by, life had seemed like a paradise, until one unlucky day. As the little girl was looking after her dear baby brother at home, her mother came back, wounded, on the brink of death. She explained the humans from another village claimed she did witchcraft on their land. My father took her to their room, for she may rest. Sadly, the next day she had passed. My father grew angry, but he did not rush into violence, for he knew his wife wouldn't want that. But mere moments later, loud and hard knocks barged our door. The father told the child to take her brother and rush to the basement, to not get out until the coast is clear. She did as he told her. She grabbed her dear baby brother and rushed to the basement before her father could answer the door. Oh, that was all of it. What did you think? You liked it? I decided to go to a little dark-ish direction at the end. I'm going somewhere with it. It's just, still figuring it out. Well, you liked it. Well, thank you. And it seems like you liked it really a lot because you're falling asleep a little bit. Like I said, don't worry about it. As long as you relax, that's all that really matters. Because I wouldn't want a story where you don't like it and you're forcing yourself to stay up because of it, just to make me happy. So seeing you nice, relaxed, and falling asleep means that you really do like it. Alright, sleepyhead. That's enough talking for now. It's time to go to bed. We're both tired, physically and mentally. Well, have a good night. I'll be here if you need me. And I'll see you in the morning. Okay? I love you. And thank you for everything.